So one of the properties of any frame, runtime, and palette that you encounter is the idea of benchmarking and weights. And to understand them, we need to first take a step back into why in smart contract environments we have the idea of gas and metering. In smart contract environments, the environment that's executing smart contracts is essentially dealing with foreign code, as in this foreign code is untrusted. Imagine I am Ethereum. I don't know this contract that was just uploaded to me and is now requesting to be executed. Is it malicious? Is it an infinite loop? Is it gonna like terminate in 10 milliseconds, 100 milliseconds? You know, I don't have all day to wait for this one contract. I am a shared environment. This is why when a smart contract environment deals with untrusted code, or generally when we're dealing with untrusted code, we need the idea of metering. And this is where this notion of gas is coming from. Now, for a platform like Ethereum, which is only dealing with untrusted code, metering was mandatory. So EVM has this notion of gas, and metering is embedded in it. As you're executing EVM instructions, there is a counter that gets incremented, which is the total gas consumed. And as you're executing some code, you can know, oh, this code is now surpassing some limit that I imposed on it. Interestingly, when we are building a blockchain that is trusted, as in, we are the whole blockchain. So imagine you're using Polkadot SDK for now to just build a standalone blockchain. The blockchain knows its own code, trusts its own code. It's not dealing with any foreign code anymore. Therefore, it doesn't need this idea of metering as we are executing. But contrary to smart contract environment, when you're dealing only with untrusted code that you need to have metering on, so as you're executing it, instruction by instruction, you're checking, did you surpass the limit? No. Next instruction. Did you surpass the limit? No. Next instruction. When you're dealing with trusted code, for example, when you are an independent blockchain and your code is not foreign to you, you trust it, that it's not an infinite loop, it's not malicious. All you need then is a simpler mechanism, simpler on some level, where you can allow block builders to, before packing a block with different transactions, have some upper bound estimate of how much cost this transaction is going to have. So this is it's like a packing problem. We want to fill a block in the most efficient way with transactions, and we don't want to deal with the issue of a block is 80% of pool, and then we want a transaction that is kind of small, but it fits in the remaining 20%. If we have no notion of how much gas this transaction consumes, it's very hard to fit that last 20% because the poor block builder is completely blind. It has 20% left, and all of these pool of transactions that I'm left with are just, I have no idea how much they take. So benchmarking, with all this intro in mind, is a mechanism in Polkadot SDK-based blockchains to allow the runtime to specify an upper bound on how much gas a particular transaction is consuming. So it's important to bear in mind it's an upper bound. So it's the worst case. And then as we execute the transaction, or as we are done with it, we might realize, okay, it took less resources. It's useful in a number of places. One of them is what I mentioned, so the packing problem that block builders are dealing, but it's also useful in the interaction between the Polkadot validators and the parachains. I won't go into details of that because it deserves its own talk, but it's also important in the interactions between Polkadot and the parachains.